Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of...
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
Are we there yet?
Let's play a game.
Look at where we are.
I'm not a financial advisor. I'm Bearable Guy 123. I know this video will cause disruption within the XRP community, and that's why I can't reveal myself yet. I bet many of you have been asking yourselves that question on a regular basis, at least for the last couple of years. Are we there yet? Are we rich yet? Are we millionaires yet? Are we ready to live without having to depend on a job yet? Are we capable of providing our families with the comfort and security they deserve yet? Are we able to fly to Japan yet and have intercourse with a couple of adult movies actresses without that having a huge impact on our financial situation? Well, the answer is yes, 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 and yes to all of the above. Yes to everything you most want. Yes, because it is a matter of weeks until we finally see XRP's price skyrocket to where you haven't ever imagined it could go. So all those of you who have thought about throwing themselves down a cliff and who have lost hope, let me tell you, you will be rewarded very soon. Your patience will be rewarded. Your family will be rewarded, and even the ones who have laughed at your face when you try to talk to them about XRP will be rewarded, as they will be taught a lesson, and that is always a reward, even if they'll remain poor probably for the rest of their lives. Of course, not all will be happiness and sunshine. While money will stop being an issue for you, around you, most things will be very different from what you've been used to throughout your whole life. Or do you think that this virus is just one of a kind? Have you noticed how easy and quick it was for the whole Earth's surface to suddenly be turned into a voluntary prison? And this time they didn't even use guns, only a virus. Imagine what it will be when they start using armies to keep you locked down, bomb threats to prevent you to go to the beach, and other biological weapons far worse than C-19. No, the next decades have the potential to become part of history as one of the deadliest ages for this human model. Of course, what comes after that is not to be feared, but this is no place to discuss that. Nevertheless, what taunts me more than everything is the fact that these humans, who belong to organizations who were initially created to govern and protect everyone's interests, are now trying to become more than you, more powerful than you. Imagine that people who go to the toilet as often as you do, that clean their shit to toilet paper as good or as bad as you do, now want to impose you a life of slavery. Who do they think they are? Why do they think they can make other humans live their lives by their rules? Don't get me wrong, I'm all down for rules, order and control, otherwise this would be chaos. Of course, we can't live in a place where each one of us does what they want without following rules. I mean, next time you know, you'll have people driving on both sides of the road, or calling theirs other people's property. It's not that kind of rules or control me and the agency are against. What we're against is the fact that there are still human beings on this Earth's surface who don't have clean water to drink. Humans that don't have food for themselves or their children. And yet, the most powerful and rich on this surface are more concerned about how many millions their banks profit per quarter. Tell me, is this really the world you want to live in? Is this all this plane of existence is capable of offering to its inhabitants? Now, what would you do if you could change something? I know. First you would need resources to do something about it. And fuck, can barely take care of your loved ones, right? I get you. And so does the agency. And this is why the agency has some special rules for those of you who demonstrate the kindness that there is in your hearts and your souls. You, as a soon-to-be millionaire, have the golden ticket to get out of the rat race and to minimize your exposure to the effects of the slaughterhouse that they want to build for our society. Although there is still time to warn as much people as possible that there is still a chance for them to become a millionaire of the new world order, we all know that, by now, whoever is still not able to see what XRP is and what part it will play on the world's financial theater surely won't change their minds anymore. And, as I've said before, the agency's goal this time is not to expand the awareness of XRP to more humans before its price explodes, as that period is getting shorter by the hour. The goal is rather to make you, the soon-to-be New World Order millionaires, able to understand the power that you will have in your hands. It's interesting to notice that, according to a study performed by the agency in the last month, less than 30% of the people holding XRP actually have ownership over those assets. What I mean by this is that if you leave your XRP on an exchange, are you absolutely positive that those XRPs are 100% safe? I'm not trying to lecture you, but please do think about it, and if you can, do move those digital diamonds to a cold wallet as soon as possible. If you're unsure where to go and find one, you'll have a link on this video's description. Start thinking about what you can do for this plane of existence, how you can shape the reality around yourself, or prepare to face the darkest era of the last 2000 years. The agency is behind you, but your freedom is what will dictate your future. Be rich, stay healthy. Let me know what you will do for humankind as soon as you become part of the New World Order millionaires. The agency wants to hear you.
It's amazing how money can be known by so many different ways. In a temple, church, or charity, it's called a donation. In a school, it's called a fee. In a marriage, dowry. And in a divorce, alimony. When you owe money to someone, it's called a debt. When you pay it to the government, it's called a tax. In a court, it's a fine. When you receive it regularly after retirement, it's called a pension. When an employer gives it to a worker, it's called a salary. When a master gives it to a servant, it's called a wage. When children receive it, it's an allowance. And when you borrow it from a bank, it's called a loan. When you offer it after a good service, it's called a tip. When paid to a kidnapper, it's called a ransom. When illegally received in the name of a service, it's called a bribe. And when used to share and to serve others, it's called happiness. There's nothing wrong in possessing money. The problem is when money possesses you. Earn more money, fulfill your needs, utilize your money to share and serve others, and transform the value of your money from currency to happiness. Thank you.